It's May 27th, 2007, 7:30 in the morning. I've got half an hour until the start of the Brentwood run, the 5K. Big race. Get a couple thousand runners out for this race and some of the best competition in Southern California. In fact, Peter McGill, who won the 5K last year, was 44 years old when he won it and ran a time of 14:56. That's crazy at 44 years old. So one of the top masters runners in the country, and obviously one of the best runners here in Southern California. I've seen a couple of the Nike Run LA guys, which are the Nike sponsored team members. Brian Livingston among them is here today. So great to run with Brian. Brian is awesome. I'll try to stay with him for a mile. He's well under 5 minutes usually. And I'm really excited. I'm feeling good. I tried something different this morning for breakfast. I had 2 pounds of cantaloupe and I had it at 6:30. So normally I would eat 3 hours before the race, but today I ate about an hour and a half before the race because cantaloupe digests really quickly. So 2 pounds of cantaloupe about an hour ago. We'll see how I feel, okay? Fueled, baby. Fueled. Let's go. Let's rock. So the race is over. Overall, it was a very good experience. The 2 pounds of cantaloupe that I ate before the race, not a good choice. I had some tummy problems. Felt kind of nauseous pretty early on. And I couldn't give my full performance because the stomach was a little rumbly and tumbly and grumbly. But next time I might want to try a pound of cantaloupe or maybe a different fruit altogether. But 2 pounds of cantaloupe, Race went really well. Ran the first mile at a very low pulse rate, only about 165, so I thought, that I was backing off because I've been running too fast the first mile. So I thought, I'll keep my pulse down, won't go out too hard for the first mile, so I gave about a 165. But I got to the first mile mark and it was a 4:58. So I was running faster than I thought, which is a really good sign, because to keep my pulse that low for a 4:58 mile, I'm getting in very good shape. I had to drop out at 3 miles because I wasn't officially entered in the race and I didn't want to go through the finish chute. So when I dropped out at the 3 mile point, I was running with a couple of the Fluffy Bunny guys and they were all sub 16. So my time probably would have been about a 15:58, which would be my personal best, because I hadn't broke 16 yet, so that's really exciting, especially not feeling that great in my stomach. So excellent, getting stronger. My knee doesn't hurt at all. The knee injury is behind me, my calf injury is behind me. I am healthy, I am solid, I am ready to go. Ben Brown and I did a 5K warm down together and had a great conversation about raw food and whatnot, diet, and his performance. And then when we got back, the 10K was about to start, so we jumped in the 10K as bandits again and ran the first mile with Brian Livingston, who went on to win the 10K. We went out in about a 5:05, felt really comfortable, then slowed down to a 6-minute pace and finished another 5K. And at that point, I'd run about 11 miles, so I was done for the day because a lot of those miles were at a high pace. But I'm feeling really strong and feeling fueled, feeling ready to go, and excited about New Hampshire.
My name is Ben Brown.
And Ben, how'd you do today?
I ran the 5K and got second place.
And what was your time, approximately?
I think it might have been just under 15, I was hoping, but maybe just over 15 flat.
Okay, and how did you do in Catalina, both races?
Catalina, that was pretty good for me because those are my first mountain runs. I ran the half marathon and the marathon, and I happened to win them both. So
you are the official American Trail Champion now?
The official American Trail Champion now.
Awesome. So right now you're eating raw vegan food. How do you feel?
I feel really fresh. I could go out there and I could probably run to the 5K faster.
What do you normally eat in a day, or pre-race or training? What's your diet like?
Well, before a race I like to run a pretty empty stomach, so I'll probably just drink some Gatorade or something like that. Now
what about the day before? Do you have like a
day before
big pasta dinner the night before, anything like that?
I go for like a soup and bread bowl. That's the big one for me.
What do you think of the whole raw vegan thing? You curious about it?
I'm definitely curious about it, yeah. I'm a believer in how things in the world naturally fit the proportions of what humans have adapted to or need. So I think it's intuitively a smart idea.
My name is Brian Livingston. I won the 10K in a time of 32:12. We're talking about raw food. I have tried to go raw for a day or two. Felt really good. Felt that I had really good endurance. Felt really cleaned out and cleansed. But I've just been afraid to take the next step with it. Just fearing that I wouldn't be able to get all my nutrients and be able to maintain that stamina and without, having that meat protein. The time that I've eaten raw, like I feel amazing, like you feel satiated, you feel, you feel enriched, you feel just satisfied. You actually feel like you're vibrating on a higher frequency. But, I guess the thing is to maintain that pinnacle status as an athlete, you've got to be running not, 30 miles a week, but, upwards of 70 miles a week, and I'm just concerned about, being able to maintain it. Even if there was a way to do it where you could maybe have a hybrid diet where you went raw like a few times a week or something like that. So, but also
or just including more fruits and vegetables into your diet, raw stuff. Not even going raw necessarily, but just upping the percentage.
Like those bars that you've given me, that's pretty much raw, is it?
Yeah, Lara bars are raw.
Yeah, they're just raw, and that's great. But could you live off those?
I do sometimes.
I'm concerned about iron. Can you get enough iron, heme iron, from a raw diet?
What I do is dandelion greens and red peppers.
Yeah.
Dandelion greens are the highest source of iron in the plant world.
Right.
They're actually higher than meat.
Yeah.
And when you
is
include
it heme?
No, but when you include the red pepper, which has vitamin C, very high in vitamin C, that increases the absorption. Yeah. So what I'll do is dandelion greens and red pepper, and the absorption is equivalent, if not more, than heme iron.
Yeah. And what will that be used as? Will that be used as a garnish on something?
I put them in salads.
Okay.
Yep.
And what about just sheer calorie intake?
I get 1,500 a day.
Yeah.
But you know what? I have unstoppable endurance.
Right. Because it's so nutrient dense. It's so nutrient dense. You get so much bang. And that's what I noticed about raw.
So I emailed Jonathan Toker, the winner of the Malibu Creek race, who makes the salt stick, and asked him about, sodium and how that it might apply to me eating a different diet. And Jonathan said that in his research, it is true that people that eat less processed food or have low sodium diets sweat far less sodium. So their needs are different than those people eating a normal diet. We'll have to look into this some more.